Live. Give you guys a few minutes to start coming in. Let me get the tablet set up so I can actually read your comments. So give me 1 second. Let me get this done live. It's not showing me that I'm live yet. Yeah, well, we're live. So if you guys start commenting, I should see it. Just double check here. I don't know why it's not showing me that I am live. Can you guys hear me? Or see anything? I see 3 in there, 1 like, so you guys obviously can see me. All right, come on. East Coast Deals. Yep. All right, cool. Yeah, cool. All right, thank you guys. Yeah, I'm just trying to get the chat to come up. What's up, Paul? Trying to get it to come up on here so I can, on my tablet, so I can read your comments. But for some reason, it's not, so we'll have to figure that out. And I'll just read them on the screen as I can see them. So I'll try to keep up with them, since that won't work. But today we are working on the TDS. I told you guys a while ago that I would try to do more live, so where's the rest of the TDS? It's behind me, and parts of it are in a box to the side of me, and that is what we are doing. We have the mechanics pulled out. Awesome. Thank you, East Coast. So we did the flight video on this, if you guys watched the maiden flight video, and after the flight, I noticed... Thank you, Paul. I appreciate it. I'm going to get those files emailed to you either tonight or tomorrow for the TX16S. But after the maiden flight, I noticed there was a lot of metal shavings, and there was metal shavings over the entire helicopter. I'd never seen so many metal shavings, and I didn't fully build this. We purchased this helicopter used from a guy, and I thought it was perfect. I noticed a tiny bit of shaft up and down play, but it was just the tiniest bit, so I didn't even really think much of it. And as you can see now, there's no third bearing block in it. Toby, howdy, Jeff. Did you get the care pack? Yes, with the FW450 parts. Yes, I did. Thank you very much. I greatly appreciate it. So yeah, so ended up happening is the third bearing block was installed wrong, and it ended up pushing through the bottom here. I'll pull the block out and show it to you in a second, but it took the shaft here. The bearing block goes in only one way. Well, you could put it in 2 ways, but it was put in the wrong way. And it shoved the shaft. You can still see metal shavings in here. How you doing, man? And it shoved the shaft, pushed down on it this way, shoved it through the bearing block, and completely destroyed the bearing block. The actual tail belt had 2 teeth missing out of it, so I just decided to tear it all the way down and replace that, put a new motor belt in it, and do the tail shaft, which is not an easy task whatsoever. All right, I think I got you all pulled up. Okay, here we go. Now I can see all your comments, so now I feel better about that. I have the tablet working, so it's hard to read the screen and do this all at the same time. But I got that taken care of, so we are good to go. Now let me pull out the bearing block that got destroyed, now that I can see you. And here's the new bearing block anyway. So we have the new one here straight from them. It does take a while to get parts. And the one crazy thing about the TDSs is they have to be there's only 65 of them made, and they are registered to you. And when they are to order parts, they have to be registered or you're not getting any parts. So luckily we got this one registered, so we have parts. So we have the main gear here, the main pulley gear. Look how huge this thing is. Wow, Toby, thank you for that. I appreciate that channel donation. Thank you very much. So here is the main gear, tail belt pulley, secondary shaft. So we got that. And then here is the original bearing block. If you can see this ring gear, it was supposed to be installed this way. So the lip of the bearing facing towards the bottom of that gear down there, but they installed it this way. So what was happening is this ring right here was getting shoved through the bearing block, and it absolutely destroyed it. So we got a new one. So our job today is, thank you, Paul. I appreciate that. Greatly appreciate the channel donation, guys. It helps out big time. More than you guys know. Then we have well, it's supposed to be a shaft, or the cap. I believe it was part of here. and it actually wore it away. I do not think that was a washer because there's supposed to be no washers on this build. So that is supposed to be inside of there, but it actually cut it out perfectly. So now we just have to put it all back together. And then we also got two new motor belts, 2 new tail belts, just part of the parts that we got. So we get the fun of fighting this, and that's the one thing about the TDS or any of the Henseleit helicopters. They are not easy to work on. Like, these helicopters are extremely difficult. They are not workout friendly. Everything is you got to take everything apart to get to everything. It's really a pain. All right, now you can put that. Okay, so let me give your thing a heart, your thing a heart. I appreciate both of you. Toby's, I was able to heart yours. Jeff from St. Louis, Missouri. My stepbrother lives in St. Louis, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he does actually. He does live in St. Louis. Thank you, I finally got it working. Yes, Toby, I did get the, I just read your comment on the super thanks. I did. After that stream, I told you I would. What's up, Jeff? And I told you after that stream I would. So I did. I went and got it working because you guys asked last time. So we are going to get some alcohol, finish cleaning up the messed up carbon, well, not messed up, but we just have metal shavings everywhere. We have to pull this side frame off as well to get the belt out because Henseleit makes everything really difficult to work on. So we got some screws there. I might end up having to notch and cut this one off here. Ryan, you're absolutely right. Keep doing your thing in this hobby. Thank you. I greatly appreciate that, Brian. So we got to redo this here, get this thing back together so we can fly it again because it's only been flown that one time, that one video. And I would like to fly it again, but we have to fix it first. Because in that video, we weren't even doing like 2,200 RPM. We were barely even moving on this thing. Appreciate that, Brian. I try my best. So I guess the first thing we should do before we start cleaning and getting all the rest of the metal shavings out of here, because it was absolutely covered in them, is we need to pull this side frame off. So I think we can just pull this and these two here. Or no, this is a 2-piece frame. Oh, so hopefully we can just pull this one. That'll be good. Let's get some tools. Yes, German heli. They definitely do some weird things with the German helicopters. They have some weird ideas. That they definitely do. Is that a 3? Let's try to move this out of the way. Is that a 3mm or 2.5? Oh, it's 3. Okay, grab the 3mm. And let's finish getting this one all the way out. So what are you guys working on tonight? Are you working on anything good? Let's get this pulled out. Try to remember where everything goes because there's a whole lot of freaking parts. If it was easy, it wouldn't be a TDS. Yes, I know. The TDS, this is my first experience with the Henseleit TDS, any of their helicopters. And what a pain they can be. Working on a Nimbus 550? Heck yeah, that's awesome. Jeff, don't want to try roto flight? Yes, actually I would. I would definitely like to try the roto flight flybarless. I was talking to somebody today, I think, about that flybarless unit. Yeah, see, this is what I was worried about. So we're going to have to get the Dremel and do a nice cut on this screw. I'll have to order some nice stainless button head screws because this one is stripped. Oh, you guys can't even see what I'm doing. Paul said, new tail on the Goose Sky. That's awesome. Getting that fixed. And Whiplash, Brian said, Whiplash 730E. Would love to see a video and review on one. Yeah, actually, that Whiplash is one I've never built. Never built the Whiplash. I would definitely be interested in that. And Jeff, he said, we'll figure out vibrations in the 470. Yeah, I have a feeling, Jeff, that vibration issue you had is from the blades because you said they weighed a certain difference. I have to find my cutoff wheel and my Dremel. Hold on one second. All right, I got my Dremel. Now I got to get a cutoff wheel. Yeah, send me some pictures. I want to see it. So we'll end up just having to notch this without hitting the MKS servo. So hopefully we can do that. We already got metal shavings everywhere, so what's a few more metal shavings? So I want to thank you guys all for coming into the channel tonight, coming into the chat. I'm going to try to get better at doing more live streams, doing questions and answers and Q&As and all that good stuff. I'm going to unplug the light for a second so I can get the cutoff wheel plugged in. Good old Ryobi Dremel. I've had this Dremel for freaking ever. This is an old school Ryobi. I don't even know if it has a date on it. I don't think so. It has a serial number. But oh yeah, old school Dremel. I actually stole it from my grandpa. It was his Dremel from many, many, many years ago. And he didn't use it. And he had another one. And I needed it. Keeping up to date with the chat. I'm going to take some blue painter's tape and just mark off the servo. Just give it some, just in cases of. It won't be a lot of protection, but just give it some tape here and cover that wire over. I just want to make sure that I don't accidentally nick cut anything important, because with the Dremel, it can be a pain. So let me grab a flathead now so I can see what size I am cutting to. Oh, lost a marker. So I have this flathead, which is going to be too big. And let me find another flathead. A little bit smaller. Where are all? I've got flatheads are one I don't really use all that often. And I had a really good one, and then I don't know whatever happened to it. It just disappeared. I lost my good flathead. Sucks. All right, hold on one second. Let me grab over here for a second. Try this one. It ain't the best, but we'll see. We got a couple different options here. See what you guys say. Anything new? See the new SAB heli. Which are you talking about? The Ill Goblin? Yes, I was actually just talking about that helicopter yesterday. So got something in the work. But yes, I did see it. I think it's a really good helicopter. I like the improvements and the ideas. The 15 millimeter main shaft, all that came out. They did a good job. The only thing I do not like, which I was told that it was done indifferent, is that the tail servo being mounted on the outside of the boom. I think that is terrible. And the new Genesis looks really good. So hold on one second. It's going to get loud. Look at that. Now let's see if this will come back out. Oh, it's going to be one of those. Nope. All right, we're going to have to heat that thing. Because if I don't get that out, then I am SOL. I'm going to have to drill it and retap the mount, and I really don't want to do all of that. So either find a bigger, better screwdriver or heat it. So let me look for a bigger, better screwdriver, because this is some cheap... Oh, no, this is a... Oh, yeah, no. I thought it was a Craftsman, but it could be a Craftsman. I have no idea. We'll just try heating it first with a soldering iron. That should help take care of that issue. So give me 1 second. Let me get a soldering iron, and let me heat that thing up so we can get that screw out. And I'll order a new set of screws, because I keep a ton of screws. I don't know if you guys do the same thing, but I buy screws hundreds at a time, and because I use so many of them. And I keep them in stock. But the one I do not keep in stock are button head stainless screws like this. Yes, technically you should put a plastic bag over your motor before cutting, but it doesn't matter. And the only reason I'm doing this is because I have to pull this motor apart because of all the metal shavings that got... there was metal shavings everywhere. So I want to pull the motor out, pull it apart, and make sure it's okay. I've been flying my Kraken 580s, Spyberry videos. It was my first kit. I wouldn't have done it without you. Thanks so much. You're welcome. I am glad that the videos were helpful, and I am glad that they were able to get you building and get you flying. But yeah, if you are cutting anytime around your motor, you should always, always, always cover them, put a plastic bag over them, something. But since that motor has to come apart anyways, I'm not worried about it. Give me 1 second. Let me grab a soldering iron. I was not prepared to heat it. And I got too much crap. All right, got the soldering iron. I'm back. But hopefully within the next week or two. And the other problem that's going to be a pain is the tail boom. The tail boom is the one I am not looking forward to whatsoever. Putting a new tail belt in. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the TDS. Let me grab it. But You see all these little screws here? These are pulleys. In order to get the tail belt, so the belt comes through the boom like this, goes through all these pulleys, and then it goes all the way up. The only access you have is this top cover comes off, and you have an opening here, and you have an opening here, and you have to try to take these two pulleys out of the boom, get the belt in, fish them through, and re-screw it all back together. I am not looking forward to that, so if any of you guys have done a TDS tail belt, please let me know how you did it, and I would be very grateful and very appreciative of that information because I am not looking forward to that. So let's get this hot, all so we can just put a new motor belt on, and then a new third bearing block, and we can get this thing flying again. What should I transplant the? Oh, first I missed a couple. Matt, I love you. I know you love your icon brain. Oh, sorry, I just lost you in like 10 different messages. 100% tail servo on the boom is it's terrible. The tail servo on I'm so glad they changed that. And then, Matt, would you say here, I know you love your icon brain. Have you had the opportunity to deal with the 6250? Yes, I have. I have dealt with the 6250 several times. And it's not that it's bad. I wasn't impressed with it. I think for the money, the Icon brain system is so much better than what the 6250 could ever be. Yes, the 6250 has the integration where you can set everything up to your radio if you're using Spectrum like a V-bar kind of. But I've seen and had horror stories of them just doing their own thing, meaning them just, going hard to the right, going crazy. I've personally had where like when you make adjustments on the actual thing itself, it does not change or doesn't save. So I played with it a couple times and then I kind of just got away from it. Okay, tail servo. What should I transplant the internals of my Blade 5 Fusion 50? Fusion 550. I would say do a Nimbus 550 or a Tron 5.5. The new Tron looks killer. I love that new Tron. I'm hoping to get one of those too. I would recommend either the Tron 5.5 or a Nimbus 550. I had a belted tail vibe on my 4.7. Turns out the box, the one tail grip hole wasn't threaded straightly, causing a pitch violence of the tail. Yeah, Viper, that would definitely do that. Damn Germans in their engine, dude. Yeah, it's crazy. Danielle, hi from Germany. Thanks for your videos. I wish you all the best. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that big time. Big time appreciate that. Matt, I was worried you'd say that. Why were you worried I'd say that? It's not a bad flybarless unit. I mean, it does its job, but it definitely is not the best. Can't believe I bought an M4 Max. Awesome, man. And their tail shaft still bent. Man, I wanted to like the M4 so bad. And a buddy of mine I was just talking to today has an M4 Max. And he had a bad tail servo from the start. He plugged it in, he set it up. The second time he powered it up, the tail servo bent. And then he got a new tail servo. They did respond to him. They gave him a new tail servo. And when he put the new tail servo in, he got 3 times. He was fine, went out the flat today. Tail servo quit, and it is a total rekit. So I am sorry that you have had that issue. And I would say look at the new Raw 420 competitions are going to be a great kit. But yeah, or the RS4 Venom, great kit. But the M4, I don't know. I had my bad luck with them, and definitely don't recommend them to people. Let's see if we can get this out now. Did we get it hot enough? No. All right. Well, let's get this hotter. And let's find a bigger, better screwdriver. Unfortunately, I can't find my little blowtorch. Now I understand what feeling you had. Yeah, exactly. And it wasn't even so much because that helicopter was not mine. It was a friend of mine's helicopter, and I built it. I did the videos on it, and I was so excited. And how do I give a helicopter back with a destroyed canopy, bent tail spindles, having to drill holes out of the frame sides to make it all work? Like, it just, I felt terrible for him. And then now this is the same guy that bought the M4 Max and having a ton of issues with it. I feel bad for him. Yeah, Viper. The 6250 needs a lot of tuning, and I've seen that video from Scott Graham. Not a bad flybarless unit, but it does require a lot of tuning, and it has a lot of bugs as far as like when you get into the forward programming menus and the advanced menus trying to adjust things, it won't save, it won't catch. It's got a lot of those issues. We're gonna try to heat this up some more. If we have to, we'll cut another slot in it, or we'll find a bigger screwdriver, which is what I really need to do. So while that's heating up, I'm going to look for a bigger flathead. See if I can find something. I really need to find my little propane torch, but I ain't got one of those. Well, I have one. I just don't know where it is. So I really need to find a bigger, better flathead, which I might have to go to my actual toolbox for. Or this one. So I've got this flathead. But that might not work. We'll see. That should be a bigger, better flathead. Vanilla, yeah, I had to. Oh, the 6250 is somewhere like a 16-pit drone controller. It added some Spectrum Magic that baked that in an oven. It's a half-baked FBL unit. Yeah, I had to relearn how to tune helis when I moved to the 6250. I hear that a lot. I was hoping it would be because I've been in the hobby my whole life, and I've been flying helicopters since I started in flybar days back in the 90s, and then moved to flybarless when it came out. And Spectrum has never made a good FBL unit ever. Their flybarless units have always been bad. When they went to Beast X, because it wasn't made by them, they just, the 6250 Beast X was a micro beast with a Spectrum receiver in it. Best thing they ever did. But their regular flybarless units, the 636 and the 6250 and the MX and the small one, never good. Never good. Trying to get this thing super hot. I got it up to 900 degrees on the... See if we can get it hot enough. That's better. Get that shop going and you'll find all your TDS. Jeff, you ain't lying. That thing is crazy. I hope to get it done soon. And then I can have everything laid out here and I don't have to deal with this. So I'm getting this nice and hot now. I found a bigger flathead. I found my electrician flathead. My Kent, whatever the heck this thing's called. Keelan? I don't know. Whatever that one's called. Now we have to try to get this bigger one. Is it hot? I can feel heat on the backside. Damn it. Okay. Is it hot though? Just not getting hot. I don't know why it's not getting hot. Got this thing turned all the way up. I need this thing to get ridiculously hot. Might try to cut the groove a little deeper. We could try that too. The Beast X was the best Spectrum. Yes, it was. It's because it wasn't made by Spectrum. It was a micro beast with a Spectrum flybarless unit in it, but it was hands down the best one ever made. I got 34 people here. Thank you guys for coming in tonight. So my goal is to do at least one live stream a month. I would like to start getting on like a weekly thing every other week, but for right now, one live stream a month. And it's because this screw was probably put in with red Loctite. That's probably the whole issue. And I might have to end up buying a little torch to get this out. I will say this is way better if any other... Yes. The 6250 is better than every other genuinely made Spectrum flybarless unit. Definitely better than all of them. But I still don't think you can beat the Icon for the money. I still think for the bang for your buck, the Icon's still the best. You cannot go wrong with that at all. I want to get this out so I can get this belt in and we can put the mechanics back together. And the belt's not bad. It's just, I don't know. I just wanted to replace it because I wanted to make sure that everything is perfect on this helicopter. And then I believe they sold it to a line, right? And it's shit. Which one? The Beast X or the Micro Beast? No, they never sold it to Align. Are you talking about the Align 3 GX? That thing was absolute trash. That thing was terrible. Terrible, terrible. Come on, screw, get hot. Come on. Trying to get you hot enough to let go. If we don't get it hot enough on this attempt, then we'll take the cutoff wheel and try cutting a little deeper into it and see if we can get some heat to transfer. I do not believe they sold the Micro Beast ever to Align. Maybe add some solder for best heat transfer. Yeah, that would work too. I just don't want to add solder because then I might not be able to get a screwdriver in there. So we'll see. I'll preheat it with this, and then if I can't do it like this, then I'll end up having to find my torch and try to heat it with like a micro torch. Are you going to try Spirit? It's funny you say that. Yes, I have one sitting right behind me. All right, let's try cutting it a little deeper. Maybe try cutting it this way. That's what we'll try, cutting a new groove, and hopefully we don't break it. So let's move this out of the way for a second. I really don't want to break it, but I want to cut a new groove this way. Let me grab. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's good. My wife made me a banana milkshake. Banana Foster milkshake.
And it's delicious.
It is really good. Thank you, baby.
You're welcome, baby. I love you.
I love you. Who'd they sell it to? I'm not sure, to be honest with you. I don't know who they sold it to. All right, so let's try cutting a deeper groove this way. See, do you set up a review on? Yes, I'm going to. I don't want to hit the actual carbon. There we go. Oh, I got it to turn and then I lost it. That. Got it. All right, well, kind of got it. Got it good enough. It's coming loose. Just had to get some more heat in it and a deeper groove. Still the easiest way to take out strip screws. How long is this screw? I guess you don't notice it when you got it. It was definitely held in with red Loctite. Yes, need some induction heating. I have a big induction heater for working on, because I work on cars all the time. I have a big induction heater for that. All right, we got it out. Aha! Look at that. All right, so now I just have to get a new screw for here and we'll be good to go. But at least we got it apart, so now we can move on with what we were doing. Take all the tape back off. And we can try to get this belt to slide out of here. But my luck is we'll probably have to do something else to get the dang belt out. Have you... Wait, I think I missed something. Yes, so I'm going to do a full setup and review on the Spirit. It's actually... hold on. It's right here. This was donated to me, and I greatly appreciate that. Yep, Spirit DT. So we are going to do a full Spirit setup. Have you ever thought about M7 or after M4 you want to stay away from? So I'm not going to say I'm going to stay away, and I'm not going to say I'm going to do it. So I have some stuff in the works. Depending on how it happens, we might be doing an M7. Let me get you light back. All right, there you go. We got light again. Sorry for shaking all over the place. I would like to do an M7. I always liked OMP Hobby. I always stood behind them. And what's up, Brian? I got the screw out. You just missed me cutting. Where did it go? I just had to cut and get the screw head stripped out. So I was trying to get this side plate off. But it's out. Yeah, I like the M7. I like the overall design of it. But the way OMP, the whole OMP ordeal from before, I'm not 100% keen on supporting them, really. I don't know. If enough of you guys want me to do the M7, I'll do it, you know, regardless if it's them, because it's not like they send me anything anyways. Yeah, so it's exactly it. They all post free reviews. You know, a lot of you guys probably think that everything I have is free reviewed, and it's not. And like you know, I'm always honest. So like the RS7 was sent to me by Goose Guy to do a review on, and but I always tell everybody that I'm gonna be honest. If I like it, I do. If I don't, I don't. And you know, you've seen the overview video where I explained everything I liked and I didn't like. And if they had a problem with that, then it was going to be a problem because I wasn't going to sell out over a free model. Of course. What else has to come out? Why is this stuff so freaking complicated? So we either have to take these sides. Well, that's part of the frame side. So the whole motor has to come out is what's happening. Yeah. The whole motor has to come out. All right. Now we have to figure out how to get the motor out. Oh, this thing is so complicated. So it's going to be these two screws here. So this one. Yes, CT. I have it in the box. Right there. It's sitting right behind me. I haven't been wanting to. They're great. It's a shame their new models are subpar. I know. Thank you, Ryan. I appreciate that. I try my best. I try, you know, I don't do this I don't make a living off of this. I wish one day I could get to that point where I could do videos all the time, but right now it's not that point. And I just enjoy it. These Germans, yes. They built a great helicopter, but they did not think about working on it. They did not. They do not think about maintenance, and also if it was built right from the first time, we wouldn't be doing all of this right now. But unfortunately, no matter who the person is that builds them, sometimes they don't do a great job. This one was not done great. Can you guys see what I'm doing? Yeah, there you go. And it's a shame because this one came from a very reputable person. So we will fix it. Right, so this one goes to this wire nut, and there's a nut on the back side. Oh, the nut already fell off somehow. Well, look at that. All right. So we have to make sure that we remember how this all goes back together. If not, I could always look up a manual. But I do not have a manual. Make sure that washer doesn't go inside the motor. And I don't even know where it went. Oh, it's back here. Okay. And then we have this nut, washer, long bolt. All right, you guys have to remember that's how it goes back together. Hello, William. Thank you, baby. I appreciate that. I try to have the cleanest wiring. All right, that one's out. Good job. Look at that. We finally got the belt out after all taking the whole thing apart just for this. Just like BMW, I know. Trust me, I had a BMW. Hello, William. I would like to know your thoughts on TB40. So I have a TB40 behind me, actually. I haven't built it yet, but very soon I will start the build series on that helicopter, and I will give you my thoughts and opinions as soon as I build it. As of right now, I don't have them. I don't have any thoughts. Oh, baby. I love you. Thank you for my Banana Foster, though. It is really good. I don't know if you guys have, what was that place called, babe? Where was the, help me out. Banana Foster. Where the heck's that gas station from? I draw a complete blank. Wawa's. Yes, thank you, baby. Wawa. If you guys have Wawa, I don't know if you do or not, but if you do, get the Banana Foster. It is incredibly good. Absolutely obsessed with it now. If I remember right, this one went into the first hole here. You guys are going to have to remember how to put this back together. Okay, yeah, that one went there, and then the long nut goes through this way. Oh, would you say show the TB40? Yeah, give me 1 second. I'll grab the box. It's not built, just so you know. It's in the box still, but I'll show it to you. Just get this one started. We're gonna have to pull these back out because we have to re-attention the motor. Okay, now this screw goes through this back hole right here. We need the longer washer, or the bigger washer. So it was bigger washer, and then this wire clamp that's got to slide through here like this. And then this guy's got to go in here. Yes, and then slide it all the way through. Flip it back over for the 18th time. And we got to get the nut back on over there. Vanilla all the way. What ESC is that? I'm late to the live. So this is a Henseleit TDS, which I'm sure it is a Catronic Pyro 868 and a Catronic 250 HV. This helicopter runs on 10S only, which I know it's only, but like when you talk about the comment and stuff, I run 16. Well, I will be running 16 once the new mechanics get here. I need to see how you wire it because I'm going crazy. What do you mean? How it's wired? It's my normal wiring. Just like that. Nothing crazy on this one. Hi, Dan from Idaho. How are you? All right. We got back to what it looked like when we started, exception of that plate. Now, oh, that banana Foster's is good. Now this plate, I got to remember, did this go... Shit, I already forgot. Yes, like that. Okay. Then this longer one. Very minimal space. Are you... you know what's funny is that's what I use too, because I couldn't afford, when I was young, when I was a kid, I could not afford a B-Stex. I dreamed of a B-Stex, but I could never afford one. So I would always buy those as well, and they always worked. You do the wiring like you're building an F-22 Raptor. Thank you, I appreciate that. I try to make every helicopter as neat and clean as possible. I still haven't built my Freedom Puma Viper. You need to. The Freedom Puma is incredible. Absolutely love that machine. So far, how's this compared to working on a BMW's good experience? Yeah, it's a lot like working on a BMW. It is a lot like it. Everything is ass backwards. Hard to work on. You know what the problem is? The problem is we get spoiled with working on helicopters like SAB. And we get used to that's how this stuff is supposed to be wired. Now I'm going to put this screwed up screw back just so it holds everything in place. I am not going to Loctite it or even run it all the way down. I just want to hold everything here so it's not flopping around while I wait for new screws to come in. I could always put a regular cap screw in, but I want to put another button head. I just wanted to get in there. Want to get it in here and hold everything in place. So I'm not going crazy. Okay, so it'll just sit there loosey, floppy doppy. Now on the TDS, you got to make sure that your bearing goes up. It was like this before, and this is exactly what happened. It just destroyed it. So you can see the old one and the new one. It just shoved it down and completely tore it up. So now I need to remember and find and look and figure out where everything goes. So this one must have been the other screw for the other side that holds this plate. So let's flip this over and find this plate. Oh, I dropped it. All right, it's going to have to go this way. Oh, yeah, under this screw. See, I'm remembering. But now I can start putting Loctite back. Yes, now I need to actually put Loctite back in. So let me grab my Loctite, because this is all going back together now. Final going back together. Grab my SAB. Put a dab of Loctite on my screws. Oh, that's way too much Loctite. Monday's video. I have a question for you guys. I want to know what you want to see. So would you guys like, I'm not finished with it yet, but I will be. Would you guys like to see what's it called? A icon versus V-bar set like radio, overview? Or would you like to see the first part of the build series on the Turbine? You guys let me know. I love my Freedom Puma. That thing is I've enjoyed flying that thing so much now. Now we can toss this terrible bearing block because we no longer need it. We'll keep the belt though because turbine. Okay. Would you guys like to see a sneak peek of the Turbine? Spirit. I haven't started that video yet, but I will be working on that, I promise. All right, so now we're going to slide the bearing block in, bearing up. And, okay, bearing up. There we go. We got threads there. So now we're going to take and put a little dab of Loctite onto this screw right here. Yep. Okay. All right. So we'll get the turbine. I'll show you a sneak peek right now once I get this last screw in with Loctite. And then we will, oh, shit. Sorry. Dan knocked y'all out. Icon versus V-bar, then let's peek. Yeah, I will work. I'm not done with the Icon versus V-bar video, but I could finish it tomorrow and edit it for Monday. But I know a lot of you guys want the Turbine. Yes, Icon. I don't know if it's almost out of date. What do you mean by that? Like by update wise, or there isn't many good videos of the. Oh, for the Spirit, yeah, I know. I haven't seen really any good videos whatsoever. Integration wise, yeah, integration wise, they tried with the FR Sky, but they didn't do a good job. It didn't work like they thought they would. Hold on, I'm grabbing the DeWalt. If you guys don't own this for working on helicopters, the DeWalt gyroscopic screwdriver. Awesome piece of tooling to have. Highly, highly recommend you guys buying one. This thing changes your life when you're working on stuff. Chuck, you can turn it, tighten it by hand. Awesome freaking thing. I love that thing. All right, let me just flip it over, get the other two screws in, and we'll check shaft play and then look at the turbine. No integration wise for V-bar. We're all waiting for the Spirit. Yes, I know you guys are. Yes, the USB port is old. What do you think of the Rotoflight V2? William, what's funny, that's my middle name actually. I can't say anything about it, honestly. I've never set one up. I've never flown one. I've never seen one in person. I've heard, though, that it is a lot like the Radio Master as far as programming, and I think that's a really bad idea. And it's not that it's a bad idea. I just think that in today's market, we have so many great flybarless systems. Programming from the start is going to be like a beta flight kind of. I don't think it's going to do good. But I could be completely wrong. Use Spirit versus Icon. I can do that too. I can do both. Absolutely love my DeWalt. How nice is that? Love this thing. All right, let's look at the turbine now. I promised you guys the turbine. Let's look at the turbine. Actually, let's check shaft play. Sorry, I'm getting off topic here. Let me put the secondary gear back in. That's how it's supposed to be. No play. Perfect. All right. It's amazing when you build something properly how it's supposed to be. Then I went out to do all this. But we know that we can't always rely on what is built. Okay, put my driver back. Let me set this box out of the way and let me grab the turbine. me set the mechanics out of the way. Yes, the DeWalt is awesome. I absolutely love that thing. There's no starting point for games based on size. No, yeah, that is a problem. I think if they redid a couple things on the 6250 for starting points, it'd be so much better. All right, grabbing the turbine. All right, bam. Let me take you off the mount here. So sorry, bear with me for 1 second. All right. So we got the engine mounted up right here. We got our ECM mounted right here. Our fuel pump down and under. Got our V-Bar Evo. Our UAT tank that's been custom modified and custom made mounts. Let me flip it over and show you guys the fuel system. Hold on 1 second. Whoop. All right. So here's the fuel system. We got the fuel pump coming out, going down to the fuel shutoff valve, custom made mounts, out of the fuel shutoff valve to the fuel filter into the engine. Now we are running our way back, and I have to finish plumbing all of the UAT, fuel fill, main tank, and then start wiring the helicopter up. So I can release the first part on Monday. I still have to finish editing, but I can get it done. And then the second part will go a lot faster. This helicopter, sorry, I'm putting you guys back in the phone mount. This helicopter has taken quite a bit of time to build. It's not been an easy project. A lot of custom made parts, like that front mount right there is all custom made. I have to repaint it. And then all these, custom designed these fuel clips, 3D printed them, custom made UAT tank, custom made mounts for the UAT tank. I had to custom modify that fuel shutoff valve mount so the fuel valve is underneath, so it is real nice and clean. Lots and lots of work. I had to cut and modify the fan shroud. Thank you for that. I greatly appreciate the super chat. I appreciate that. How much does it weigh? If you want to give me a second, I'll grab a scale. Let me grab a scale. Thank you, guys. Yeah, it's clean. I try my best to make everything look as good as possible. Give me 1 second. I'll grab a scale and weigh it. I like how integrated the V-Bar is, but Mikado seems to be the Apple of RC space and very anti-consumer. Why do you say that, Viper? Because I've personally dealt with Mikado a lot. Not a lot, but they're always super knowledgeable. I was on the phone with them for 2 hours one day, asking questions, and they submit all the time. Can you explain the UAT tank? Yes. So the UAT tank is basically like a header tank. So this is an air eliminating tank, meaning there can be zero air to get to the turbine. So your main clunk is going to come up. It's going to come back into the main center right here. So the center line, which is this line here, is where it's going to put the fuel into the tank, going through a micron, eliminating all air, and then it just swirls around. It gets sucked back up through this side, and it goes to the main feed, which is this line right here. So it's just basically an air eliminating tank. Mikado, yeah, well, I don't know. I'll get into my theory. A turbine raw. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad to help everybody. I really try my best. Indeed conspiracy. William, I don't know. I don't think so. SAB keeps a lot of their helicopters for a long time. That's a good question. I'm going to grab a scale. Give me 1 second. All right, I got a scale. What's the weight currently without fuel batteries? That's what we're going to find out right now. I just brought a scale in. So let me get it to where you guys can see the scale. Hold on. So the AG1 gimbals. Here's my theory and what I think is going on with the AG1. Personally, the stock Mikado gimbals are perfect. There's nothing wrong with them. There is absolutely nothing wrong with the gimbals. I don't see the point in changing the gimbals. Now, I know a lot of people like to change and do their own things, which is great, part of the hobby. The Mikado radio, the V-Bar Evo, does a self-system check every time the radio is turned on. It looks for gimbal spring, or not spring, but it looks for the gimbal center. It looks for the switch positions. It looks for everything. So with the V-Bar Evo, it does not, with the AG1 springs, how are we going to do this? All right, you guys are going to have to take my word for the weight. Let me clear it back out. So with the new springs, it doesn't see that what it's looking for, and it throws the radio into a hold mode like the gimbals aren't there. Either that or the gimbals that talk, because they're a Hall effect gimbal, it doesn't talk the same way, and that's what's throwing it off. Right now, the way it sits, we are at 8 pounds, 6 ounces. Very, very light, actually. 8 pounds, 6 ounces, or we are at 5. Oh, I went back to pounds. No, go back to ounces, or grams. No, hold on, I screwed up. Give me a second. 3,820 grams. Very lightweight helicopter. Like the V-Bar Neo Mini on the Logo 200, you must own Mikado radio in order to use it in external RX and update. So yes, if you're using a V-Bar flybarless unit on a full size, you should use a Mikado radio. It's the whole point of the system. But on the Mikado Neos, I'll grab one. On the Neos, you can use Spectrum satellites. You don't have to use a Mikado radio, but I don't see the point. Like if you look at a V-Bar Neo or Evo, these side ports right here, you can plug in a DSMX satellite, go into the computer and tell it to use a Spectrum transmitter. You don't need the antenna version. You can get the regular. So, but in all honesty, if you're using a V-Bar Neo, you should have a V control. So much better. The integration is so much better. All right, let's go back to the TDS. I sidetracked it. But the Turbine Part 1 will be out Monday just for you guys, okay? I'll do it just for you. All right, well, we'll catch back up on conversation. We got 50 people in here. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you hanging out with me for the night. Fly it topless, yeah, with no canopy. Okay, my Raptor 30 runs a separate surge tank. So your Raptor, it's not a surge tank on those. That's just what's called a header tank. The header tank helps with air, but it can still pass air. The header tank is just there to keep like more of a consistent fuel flow. So when you're flipping the helicopter around, you're not getting an inconsistent fuel flow. That's what a header tank does. We got to put Loctite on this screw. Almost forgot. I have a Raptor 32. You guys want to see me pull my old Raptor 30 out of storage and get it flying again? Leave it flybarred? I want to see the TDS canopy. I can show you the TDS canopy. All right. So that's all back together. Now we have to throw the main gear back in, which we'll do in a second. Let me grab the TDS canopy. You guys want, I deliver. TDS canopy. It is a monster. You can't even see it. Hold on. Let me move this. All right, I don't know if you guys can see that, but all carbon fiber. The canopy is 90% of the helicopter. The canopy is massive. What size motor is in the TDS? It is a Pyro 868. It is a 10S setup. Of course, we're talking about speed machines. You got to grab the Comet Mechanics. Take a good look at it because this is all coming back apart. Pots don't have much. Yes, exactly, Viper. It's the pots. It's not seeing the pots the same way. And I personally would blame the Radio Master gimbal over it being a Mikado issue. So why do you think it's better? I can tell you why I think V-Bar is better, but tell me why you think Icon Performance is better. But yeah, look at that motor. X-Nova 50XX custom made, and we got the West Hobbies RC in it. Damn, 20,000 watts of power on 16S. Walking on water. I am in Tennessee. That is a big boy motor right there. This motor has so much power that we have to change all of the entire mechanics in order to stop it from pulling the motor apart. What is that? The X-Nova motor is strange. We see every wire. Yes, sir. It's all custom made. Magnetic software quality is buggy. I wouldn't rule out a bug. Frank, it is. I don't know. I've never had a bug, but it's only with the TX16S gimbals that it has a problem. It's smoother. Okay, well here, I'll give you an example then. But yeah, so I'm just waiting on a box to come from Germany, and all of this is going away, and we'll have a whole new set of mechanics for this thing. Okay, so I can show you bugs. I would like to see it because it's not that I don't believe you at all. I just, I like to know things. I like to see and do research, and I haven't seen it on my radio. That doesn't mean it's not there. So when you say it's smoother, I'll give you an example. So I have I can't even talk. The Puma. And I had the Puma on Icon for a long time, ever since it was built. Now, one thing I always had a problem with on the Puma is that the Puma never flew right. It was always very, how do I word it? It was very like smushy and soft, and it wasn't connected. Icon 2 HD. I spent weeks and months trying to get it right. The tail didn't hold right, especially at low RPM. And I can make any helicopter fly good. Well, I ended up just setting it aside, not really paying much attention to it. And I put a V-Bar Neo in it. And it was a whole different helicopter. The helicopter was even at like 1,000. And with the Icon, anything under, oh, that slides out. I didn't even know that. Oh, that's where the one-way bearing is. Duh. But anything under like 1,500 RPM, the Puma would vibrate and it would just shake itself to death, and it wasn't good. But now I can go all the way down to 1,000 on the V-Bar Neo, and the helicopter is as solid as a rock. Whole different performing. The tail it's a completely different helicopter. So in my opinion, I think the V-Bar flies better. All right, let's put this thing back together and stop screwing around. But Frank, if you could, show me some of the bugs so I can see what you're talking about. I want to see it. Is it like setup bug, or is it like just like a lagging bug? All right, so we have to figure out. So we got to get the shaft, line all this back up. I want to do this so it doesn't slide around. That's going to be fun. Okay. Let's get that to go in there. Perfect. Let's get the one-way bearing slid back in. There we go. We got that one lined up. Tighten that one down. Spin it. Oh, damn it. Passed it. There we are. So, I didn't hear mostly GUI bugs. Hi, how are you? What's up? So, for you, V-Bar superior to Icon. My opinion and my experience is V-Bar is a lot more solid and connected in flight. The integration is a lot better. The telemetry values are a lot better. And I like it. I like the simplicity. Yes, they are like from another planet. They're a whole different design of a helicopter. So what did it say? Viper said it's a side effect of Hall gimbals. I can watch my IX20 jump all around center. Also, Hall effect gimbals are affected by humidity and temperature and need recalibrate. Yes, you're 100% right. 100% correct. Yeah, I'm at 1550 on the Puma, getting 9 minutes. That's awesome. Yeah, I love the Puma. I'm all the way down to 1100 now. That I went on V-bar. Design on these Henselits, yeah, it's these Henselits are just crazy. It's a crazy design. But we're almost getting it back together. German experience, yeah, it's a bit like comparing Android to iOS. All work pretty much the same, and usage is different. Yes, exactly. The radio systems, fly barless units, everything we have on the market today is great. There is no real like yay or nay or bad or good type system now. Everything just has its pluses and minuses. Now I get to remember how in the world this went back together. How did this go back together? Oh, shit. So we got a long screw through here and through here. So these two, this is going to sit this way, and I obviously put it back together, but this has to go, and I believe it pushes, yeah, if I remember right, it pushes in on this side of the belt, the whole tension. Okay, I think I remember how this goes back together. What do you prefer between build helis or fly them? I enjoy building more than anything, honestly. I love flying, but I really like building. I know I'm weird. A lot of people don't like building, but I do. I like it a lot. Right, so let's slide all of this out at one piece, and then that goes to that one. This one's going to slide in from this way with a nut on this side. So we're going to slide this back together. Oh, that's what I'm screwing up on. No, I was right. Okay. I was going to say, I know. Shit, driving myself crazy. There's so many different pulleys and screws and twists, and you guys should see trying to get the belt on this thing, the tail belt. Oh. Okay, that one goes through there. So let's get the lock nut and washer on it now. And yes, on your Raptor build upgrade. Yeah, I can do that. It's been in the box. It was donated to me by a gentleman named Nelly, this Raptor. I've got one hanging above my head right now. But it's in a fuselage. It's a Raptor AS355. Awesome looking helicopter. Same here, love building them. Only dislike electronic integration and cable management. You know what's funny is I like wiring more than anything. I really like wiring. See, now I have to figure out where this went. I put it back together because it was important and it went somewhere. But I don't remember where. Shit. It might have went here somewhere because there's an open hole. I'm going to have to pull the manual back out. I don't remember where that went. Let's see. Did you say, Frank, if you use the V-Control Evo with Heli X and eventually lose Wi-Fi, you'll get the motor on warning. When the radio connects to Wi-Fi, the motor on warning doesn't go away. It shows behind the Heli X screen. Ah, I did not know that. Rick said, I like building, but not rebuilding. Yeah, I understand that. I love it when a build doesn't have the issues and it just flies great with minimum gain tweaking right after build. Me too. I love that too. When you just go out, you fly a helicopter, a little bit of adjustments, and you just fly. Can't go wrong with that. All right. What was I doing? Oh, yeah. So this has to go back. And if I remember correctly, it slides through here. Somehow, some way. Okay, yeah, so that just slides. Yes, just like that. But somehow, okay, I can see something here, though. This spring has to go through that hole. And this spring must go through this hole. Ryan, thank you for that super chat. I greatly appreciate it. I'm OCD when it comes to wiring classic cars. I'm OCD on every wiring. Thank you guys for all the super chats. Thank you for all the support. I appreciate it big time. Also, the channel monitor outputs are fluid, but if you get the motor on warning, it becomes choppy. And now, is this only on the V-Control Evo, or is this a V-Bar Neo or V-Control Touch issue? This looks like it has to go into this hole, but I never pulled that apart. So, unless that was built incorrectly as well. So, what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to pull up the Henseleit. You have the V-Control Evo. Okay, I have a V-Control Touch. All right, so give me 1 second. I am going to pull up the manual. And I'm going to see how this, because I think this was built incorrectly as well. Henseleit TDS. TDS manual. Henseleit TDS manual. I have a huge suspicion this was built incorrectly. Not a TDR, it's a TDS. Why is it giving me TDR? Henseleit TDS. Manual. 3D speed. Because that makes sense, right? That looks like that. It goes into that hole, but I never pulled that apart. So I want to look that up. So we'll look it up. Oh, sorry for the glare, but I got the manual pulled up here on the tablet. I can't wait to get this done because we're building. Hello, how are you? We're building another Comet. We're building 2 Comets. I won't tell you guys what the other one is. One is stock, if you guys seen the short. The other one is not stock, by any means. Okay, so now we're at the shafts. Shaft, sprag one way, which we did that. Okay, here it is here. Yep, I was wrong. It just sits just like that. Okay. So I was wrong. It goes back together like that. And then how does it go into the helicopter? Side frames. Let's just look this up. Yeah, the TDS is such a nice helicopter. It's crazy looking and a pain in the room to work on. Okay, so this does go here. And that, according to the manual, sorry for the glare, it looks like that green, where the green arrow is, that's what that piece is. So this goes on the outside like that. I'm assuming, let me just double check. Hold on. This is the belt tensioner setup. Once I get the mechanics done, I can move on to the tail. But again, I am not looking forward to the tail. So please, if you guys have ever built a TDS, please let me know how you did the tail belt. Yeah, so that's going to go on. Okay, so we were right. Well, yeah, we were right. So let me bring you back up. Thinking of giving Tron a shot. Yes, sir, I am. So hopefully I have something lined up. And Tron, I will have a Tron very soon. So now this is going to go in there like this, with this on the outside, because we're going to put tension like this. Yes, just like this. And then it's going to give it tension this way. Yeah, okay. Yes, just like that. And then that would put tension on it this way when we pull out, and it's going to hold pressure on it that way. All right. And this sleeve, and then washer, and then nut. I like, man, Frank, that's so hard. I think it's the Gemini. Is that how you say it, right? Gemini, German? By any shot, I just started building mine, and man, the head on those is hella big. Yeah, they are huge. The head, I've not built, but I have set up a Nitron, and man, the head was massive. Okay, so now this is going to, if I remember correctly, it's washer, then sleeve, then nut. Which is a very weird. I don't know why there's a nut and a sleeve, and I would just think that you would use a regular size screw, but what do I know? All right. Now it's this side. which I remember being a massive pain to get the washer in there. But that, go through there like that, washer and nut on the back. I like the Oran, but I'm hoping, not hoping, I'm going to probably get the Jimera, or whatever it's called. You can make fun of me, whatever that one's called. That's the one I'm looking at getting. All right, let's see. What size is this nut? Oh, shit. I don't want to lose it. Okay, 5.5. This is also a cool little tool bag to get. Duratech has all the, drop it on everything too. Has all the little 5, 4, all the way up to 11 millimeter. Great for working on helicopters. Okay, so now we can fish this nut back in, tighten all this down, and guess what, guys? We put the mechanics back together. We accomplished what we came out to do. Of course, we still have tension the motor, but I need to pull the motor back out. All right. And we got to order screws. That was something we had to do. Tail belt tensioner. Now I have to try to remember how I fought and argued and cussed out this screw right here. What did you say? TWX. The thing I dislike about the latest Tron heli is the color scheme's very weird. So you know what's funny? It's actually what I like the most about them. I like the new color schemes. I really like that green and blue one, or green and orange one. How in the world? Oh, I think I use this. And if I remember correctly, and then I spun it. So I'm going to have to take this out of the view for a second. And I'll read your comment in 1 second. Oh, shit, sorry. Gonna knock you guys out, giving you concussions. Can't tell you how many times I knock into the camera when I'm recording videos and have to edit it out. Just like that. All right. It's a 2 millimeter. I like the green better than the M7 or yes, S7 colors. I like the RS7, but in all honesty, I think it's overpriced. I think the RS7 really is overpriced. But that's just my opinion. You know, it doesn't really mean anything, but all right, I got that in. Perfect. Look at that, guys. We have mechanics back together. I'm going to move you one more time, so sorry. Oh, we got 42 people here still. Thank you guys for hanging out. I'm going to be on for about 15, 20 more minutes. Probably get off here at 9 o'clock. All right, now we have to tighten all this down. Yes, we have to tighten all this down. All right, so we are going to start with this in our wrench here. What do you guys think, in all honesty, of the RS7 pricing? What is your thoughts? Okay. Yes, we can do it this way. Do you guys think the RS7 is priced correctly? Do you think it's priced wrong? What do you think? All right. If helis would just price like the AK-7, it would be so much easier and afford 4 more helis. Yes, I do agree with that. I really do. I think there's a reasoning for a lot of the pricing. You guys, you have to remember, helicopters, this stuff ain't cheap to produce. And in all reality, how much do they actually sell? And, so like their pricing is that for manufacturing, machining, cost. I think that the RS7, I just read a comment about the RS7. Sorry. I think that the Steam is an okay model, but I can guarantee you that price will jump. I can almost bet you. The RS7 is a bit high, but not that bad, to be honest. T-Dog said way expensive. I'd have to agree with you. I think it's overpriced. I really do. I think it's overpriced. I think it's a nice helicopter. It does fly good. But if I had to choose buying one and or the other one, this is just walking on me. I forgot I have to hold this side. If I had to choose of just one and or the other, like an SAB or the RS7, I think the price of the RS7 is correct by Eric. Okay. I hear your points. It would definitely be nicer. Yes, trust me. I get that helicopters are expensive. I used to think the same thing. I would always, think like, damn, these things are so expensive, until I got into like machining parts and making my own stuff. And then I realized quickly how hard and expensive. Like, for example, I contacted a guy to make a custom one-off part for me, and the CNC machine cost was going to be about $400. I get that you're tooling and you have more. This thing is a pain in the ass to hold this and do this at the same time. Yeah, Steam pricing very skyrocketed. I have the RS3 Dancer from Steam with the plastic canopy. It was $440 shipped. Wow. Dang it. This thing is not easy. I don't know why they would give you this little, like, hook holder thing here. Actually, do I have, what size is this? 5.5. Do I have a 5.5 socket? It might be easier. I do. Got my little Harbor Freight cheap set. Oh, no, I have a 5. I have a 5.5? The hell? I have a 5 and I have a 6. That ain't gonna work. I'm gonna have to go back doing it this way. But I prefer the raw. Oh, Eric, I 100% agree with you. I'm SAB all the way, and SAB don't even give me anything. The raw is just perfect. 100%. The raw is incredible. I love it. I love the raw. Call me an SAB fanboy. Call me whatever you like. I love the raw too. That looks interesting to build on. Oh, T-Dog, this thing is... It's an incredible piece of machine and like machining and just the work that went into this thing, but working on it is a pain. Matt, these RS7 ups is too expensive. Yes, I agree. I definitely agree. This is killing my back. I want to thank you guys again for the super chats. I greatly appreciate that. You can go get coffee. All right. That's tight. That's tight. These are back tight. This screw needs to be replaced. We tightened all that. Of course, tension's not going to go until the motor, but we are back as mechanics again. Look at that. All right, the new SAB model is going to be so fire. It is. I just buy and build raw 500 much. Nice videos you share. Thank you, Eric. I'm glad. I'm glad the videos were helpful and they got you building. Oh, didn't you guys want to see the TB40 even though it's in the box? Where is that video on the new inbox comment you got? Where is the build video? Or just where is the helicopter? The build video isn't done yet. The helicopter has not been started. Why did SAB go back to the old style on the old boom style on the Il Goblin? I'm not quite sure, to be honest with you. I don't know. I really don't know. I think that they wanted to just go do something different. Build video, John. There is no build video yet. The Comet is still in the box. We'll be starting it soon. I wanted to get this one done. I wanted to get the TDS back together so I could start on that one. The TB70 is a discounted SAB heli, huh? Yeah, the TB70 is a ripoff of a raw 700. Show the TB40. Okay, give me 1 second. I'll grab it. It comes in a very tiny little box. We move mechanics. Scott, it looks like it is a pain in the ass to work on. It's such a pain in the ass to work on. So I have the Align TB40 kit here. This is the kit version, not the combo version. So there is no electronics in here other than the motor, I believe. It comes with the motor. So we are using a Theta servos all the way around, Hobbywing 60, and V-Bar Neo flybarless unit. But I can cut it open if you want to see what's inside of it, even though there's probably nothing really inside of it. I mean, nothing to see. Let's do that first. Got it. Looks a lot like an SAB box. We have our manual here. Typical Align manual. Everything black and white. not the easiest to follow and read. All right, we'll set the rating manual aside. We got these. We got 2 calendars. Wow. We got 2 of them. They got an M460. It looks like a rescue drone. Okay. So we have our blades in here, electronic devices. The only thing, unbox it right now. They do make the best plastic bags. The only thing in here is the motor. So let's see what the motor looks like. Motor is very small. But I mean, for this size helicopter, it's not. Very nice looking motor, actually. It is a BL400MX 1100 kV. It's a 3220. Very strong magnets. Very dinky wire size, though. The wire size looks way too small for this size motor. Oh, I was gonna say it's interesting to have screws here. Oh, yeah, I tore my fingers up. But those are just for the motor mount. Very nice motor. SAB. Thank you, Brian. I appreciate it. You already know how much of a pain this thing has been to get back together. SAB makes the best plastic bags. They really do. If you were something else in life and you built SAB helicopters, you'd have lots of bags for your business. If you know what I mean. All right, let's put that back in her. Let's grab the frame set. Let's open up this box here. Let's see what this box looks like. You guys asked for an unboxing. Let's do a little unboxing. So we got, looks like the battery tray. My TB40 motor has red on top. Oh, I didn't know there was 2 different versions. So it looks like a shrunken down TB60 build. You got your antenna holder, you got your blade holder, your belts, tail pulleys, tensioner. All right, and then in this, oh wait, we got the swash plate and the main shaft. And then in this bag, not really bag, we got all the frame stuff. So we got our canopy, and then in here is our frame sides. The TB40, Scott, or the TDS? I didn't either till I got it. That's crazy. And here is the canopy. It looks just like the TB60, but smaller, identical to the TB60. Probably will crack right here, and here. It's a line, typical Align. It actually feels very stiff though, honestly. Very, very, actually, I'm impressed. Because you see this lip that they added here? That added a ton of strength. I'm really happy to see that. That's not on the 60. I'm very happy to see that. Very strong. They added carbon fiber. Oh, sorry. They added carbon fiber right here. I don't know if you can see that, but there's carbon fiber in here. They added carbon fiber cloth in. Wow, Align stepped it up. Look at that, guys. They added carbon in here. You can see the mat lay difference. Right here, you can see a piece going this way. So they added carbon fiber and they rounded our edge here. Much stronger. It's a much stronger canopy. Good job, Align. It's what I want to see. Very strong canopy. Scott, this one right here for the plug-and-play combo, which gives you everything, including a Micro Beast, I think it's $539. This is just the kit, and I believe it's around $350. After watching a lot of your build videos, I feel like SAB helis are more simplified, less pieces to put together. So for mainframe, I could be wrong. Yes, Dan, you're not wrong. SAB is definitely more simplistic. I wish they would release the carbon canopies. So these are not carbon fiber. These are still fiberglass. They're just painted black on the inside. But Align canopies have always been so thin, and they always crack right here, right here. They crack down here. But I'm very, very impressed to see that they added carbon fiber this way right here where they crack. They added it here, and you can see the carbon cloth that they added right here. Very, very strong canopy. So you guys go. Build series will be coming out very soon on this. I just have to start on it, I guess. My problem is I have 18,000 things to do and I'm only one person. And I have so much more content coming. I have more videos coming. 305 at A-Main right now for the kit. Yes, 305. That sounds right. I try to bring you guys as much video content as possible. I do my best. Now we have to shove all this shit back in here. It really amazes me how they pack these helicopters, because I can never get them back in the packaging that they get them in. Pretty crazy. Hey, actually, I did. Yes, Viper. No, they haven't. I've still got a couple DFs or 600s. I've got a couple nitros and I got a couple electrics. I can show you guys, if you want to see it, a all original brand new Flybar 700 electric Flybar. So yeah, we'll start on this build video very soon so we can get some comparison. Tail boom and everything is in here. Carbon fiber tail boom. Very nice kit. We'll put the box back together, put our calendars in here. Yeah, I've still got a brand new DFC 700 that I have never flown, surprisingly. It has never been flown. So if you guys want to see it, let me know and I'll grab it. But I am so happy that we got the mechanics back together on the TDS. So I'm going to pull this motor apart, clean it out real good, and then tension the belt on the motor, and the mechanics are completely done. No more play in the head. Just side-to-side play. Just this play. Which, that's good play. Isn't that such a crazy system? Yeah. So let's put that back. We can clean up our table a little bit because we have shit everywhere. MIP drivers for the win. Love my MIP drivers. Love my DeWalt gyroscopic driver. Great, great system. I lost a little. Oh, no, here it is. I was going to say, I lost my little protector. You always got to protect your tip. 305. How many of you guys have the TB60? Or, I'm sorry, TB40, not the 60. Let's see, we got 305 at A main. I'm just going to keep commenting on all your videos until you do a Spirit video. I have the Spirit. It's right here. Look, I'm not lying to you guys. I just got to do it. Very nice flybarless unit. Spirit GT. This was donated to me, so thank you. We're going to put this thing in a Blade 360 to play with it and set it up. I own two TB40s. Do you like them? GR8 and 8. I have a 7D airframe that I built. And I had to plan to rebuild it and just got empty airframe collecting dust. That's not good. Yeah, I've got an all original fly here. I'll grab it. Let me put some stuff away before I head out for the night. I will grab it and show you guys the original DFC. Let me move some stuff here. Let me move the TDS mechanics. Give me 1 second. Let me grab it for you. All right. Hang on. Oh, did I lose you? The live kind of cut out for a second. Here we go. All original T-Rex 700E, brand spanking new. It's just dirty from sitting. It's got original Mark Flybart blades on it. Carbon fiber boom. Align 65 or 85 amp ESC. It's got the original Align motor. It's ready to fly. I could throw a receiver in this thing and set it up and go fly. It's got the all original boom. It's a nice helicopter. I'm thinking I'm gonna leave it flybarred and just fly it. Do some old school flying with this thing. Old school 3D with it. What do you guys think? Should I leave it flybarred or should I convert it to DFC? I'll do what you guys want to do. Let me read some of your comments real quick and put you back on. You need to be around longer before I consider it. Yes, Frank, I agree with that. Hold on, I'm moving the camera, so give me 1 second. Let me put you back into your holder here. Stop giving you guys concussions. All right, sorry for rocking your world. All right, what was said here? I can't get rid of the tail wag with the one. The other is a backup. Is it a backup unbuilt? Just the tip? Yes, just the tip. Do you like your DeWalt gyro drill? How much did you pay for it, Scott? I absolutely love this thing. It's around, I think it was like around $150. I got it with the bag, batteries, a couple other things. This is an awesome tool to have. You can unlock it. You can keep it this way. It's all gyroscopic, fully adjustable clutch. I don't know how I ever built anything without it. This is like the most used tool. I actually want to buy another one because I use it so much. Love this thing. Highly recommend it. Leave the classic alone. Yes, okay, we can do that. So leave it. So do you guys want to see videos of it flying? Just a tip. Contact with Spirit. They said the transmitter should be out for sale in around 3 months. Brian, I don't know. The radio for Spirit, I think, is way overpriced. In my opinion. It's more than, honestly, it's more than V-Bar. It's crazy the price of that radio. Walking on water, you want to sell it. Everything is for sale. Not really everything. My comments and stuff are not for sale. But for the right price, I would sell it. Walking on water, you have any? Yes, fly it as is, Jet King. I would replace Dean's with something more robust. Can't grow on a 700 head. Yes, I mean, I could replace. You know what's funny, you guys? So a lot of people hate Dean connectors. I flew Deans up until like 4 years ago. So I've pulled well over 200 amps out of real Dean connectors. True Deans. Never once had a problem. Never had a Dean's connector fail me. But yes, nowadays, and I don't know what all this is going on. I bought this helicopter used, and the guy made some kind of adapter harness system here to plug into this plug, which goes to a BEC, and then your bat. I don't know what all this is. It'll all get redone. I would not fly it like this. And I've never even seen a Dean's connector with this cover shit on it. Oh, you guys couldn't even see what the hell I was doing. Idiot. Hold on. Not you, me, idiot. All right, there you go. So it has this adapter thingy on it. And this goes from the ESC to this Y connector, which your two 6S's plug into, and then this lead comes out of one 6S, goes to this lead, which goes up to a Castle BEC, a 20 amp BEC. So it looks like that, and then you would plug your two batteries in right here. I'm going to get rid of all that, rewire it. Don't you worry. Let's see, we'll put you back there. Would you say, yes, fly that classic? Okay, I can do that. Dean's connectors overall, yes. I would replace the Dean's, yeah. Yeah, no, I used to fly Dean's for many, many, many years. All right, guys, I'm going to be here 5 more minutes. Then I got to go. Got an old Thunder Tiger 50, rebuilding the old 50 on it. Nice, the 50 is a nice engine. Really, really nice engine. I'm going to make you guys sick one more time. Pulling the canopy off for a minute. It's got these old twist locks. Canopy's in perfect condition. What about easy? Yeah, Deans are so easy to solder. Now I use XT60s for everything. I replaced all my Dean stuff with XT60s and XT90s. Look how in immaculate condition this canopy is in. This is back when the line used to make good canopies. Well, this is a Fusano, but still, they made good canopies back then. Immaculate condition. Helicopter itself's in great condition. Got an old Align GP750 in it. Castle BEC. KDE front plate. KDE battery tray. KDE motor mount. KDE gear. Awesome little machine. Not little machine. Big machine. But I just have to throw a receiver in it. So that's I'll clean it up and I'll get it flying. We'll get some flight videos on the channel. I don't know if setting up a flybarred helicopter video would be worth it or not. I don't know how many guys still fly flybarred. And I'm sure the guys that fly flybar know how to set flybar up. But if it's something you guys would like to see, I will do this video on setup too. Is the carb the only difference between, no, Boss driver, the piston's different, liner's different. Is that an old Castle 100? I thought green thing is that green thing? It's a Castle 85 HV. So no, the difference between a 50 and a 55 is the piston, of course, on the 55 is bigger, carburetor is different, and the case is a little bit different of a design. I know, Brian. I was always amazed at the older helis with the classic turnbuckles. Yes, it's crazy what we used to do back in the day. I remember when this was innovative. You know, I had not this one in particular, but I built one when they came out many years ago. And it takes forever, and this is how it was. And every time you have a crash and you bend any linkage, it takes forever to rebuild the heads and all that. Walking on water. My email is linked in every video, my regular description. You can send me an email, and we can go over from there. It's westhobbiesrc@hotmail.com. They were a pain. Yes, they were a pain in the ass to set up, especially this elevator servo. Getting to this elevator servo sucks. And your linkages, I mean, there's so much work here to make this all work. Crash test dummy, got to have at least one heli a day flybar. Yes, you do. Do this again, Jeff. It was awesome. I'm going to, Brian. I appreciate that. I'm going to try for every other week. It might be once a month thing for the beginning. I'm just a super, super busy person. So I'm going to try for at least every other week. But for sure, once a month, no matter what, I will be doing a stream. But I would like to do it more because this is a lot of fun. Thank you, Brian, for that. I greatly appreciate that donation. Thank you very much. I appreciate each and every one of you. So I am going to get out of here, guys. I got to go in. I got to go do dad and husband stuff. Can't spend all my time in life in the garage. But I want to thank you guys so much for being here. I'll be here for one more minute. Say bye to each and every one of you. And we'll get on with our Saturday night. Put the canopy back on this thing. Thank you, William. I have a Castle Edge 80 HV in my 600L with a 4236. Thinking about switching it to a Hobby 130 Avion 120. You should. I like Castle, though. I've always been a Castle person. Thank you, Frank. Later, Brian. Thank you again. Thank every one of you guys for being here, hanging out with me. I think there was almost 50 of you at one point, so it's awesome. I appreciate it. See you on the next one, Bart. At least, probably not this Saturday, but I will try my best for the following Saturday. So 2 weeks from today, we'll try at same time, 7:30 Central Time. Dan, good night, Viper. Good night, Dan. Y'all have a great night. I am out of here. Take care and have a great night.